The Game Show! Hello and welcome, gamers, to The Game Show. Woohoo! It's our 10th episode, which means it's the double-digit special. No one thought we were going to make it this far. I'm your host, Don Kleinhans. This is the show made by one gamer for many gamers. The three reviews we're going to review today are on the games Fable 2 for Xbox 360, ArmA II and Far Cry 2. All the games need to have numbers on the end of them or in the title somewhere, and somehow they all got 2s for the ones which shows. To spice things up, I've got the names of the reviewed games in this box here. I'll draw one at the end of this intro, and that will be the first reviewed game, and so on and so forth for all of the three. So here is the first review. Pretty tight. Fable 2 is the first review. Hello, and it's time for review number 1 time, and it's on Fable 2. Fable 2 follows on from Xbox's original Fable, giving you the choice of being good or pure evil, and your choices will affect how the game plays out. If you're good, the townspeople will respect you and give you gifts and other equipment. But if you're bad, they will run away from you screaming and fear you, and even tell tales about the evil things that you've done. People I talked to about the game said that you should try and balance things out, good and evil. But no matter what I did, I always went more evil than good. If you're down on cash, the mini-quests, aka jobs, will raise your cash meter again, and then you can continue on with a quest. But here, without further ado, is the trailer for Fable 2. There will be more reviewing on this game after the trailer.
Welcome, child. Your story is waiting. The world that was has changed and grown. So choose your fortune. Path of life, the body, nobility, or corruption. Every choice leads to a different destiny. Choose yours.
Well, that was the trailer for the game Fable 2. As I was saying before, Fable 2 has many attributes. I loved how the obvious breadcrumb trail leaded you in the right direction, and the land is so alive you might dozy off to dig for some loot and notice that you are lost. But don't worry, there is a teleporter to get back to a village. You can use it to get to any village that you've been to, since the sandbox game is so big. I love the new companion that came with you sometimes, a dog. And once you buy a collar for him, you can name him whatever you want. I found myself not using the teleporter as much as most would, because I like running from part A to part B and experiencing the game itself. The fights are excellent, and some of the mini jobs you can do to earn money include bartending, chopping wood, smithing, and many other things. Fable 2 is definitely one for the whole family. I enjoyed it so much, so I'm giving it 9 out of 10. Now it's time for the magic box to spit out the second review, and it is... Let's see what this one is. It's Far Cry 2. It's going to be our second review. Now it's time for review number 2. Review number 2 today is on the game Far Cry 2. I reviewed it on PlayStation 3. It's based in Africa and is loads of fun. But without further ado, here is the trailer for the game Far Cry 2.
ugliness that infects the land is called a jackal. He has turned brother against brother and run the rivers red with their blood for his own profit. How can such a man be stopped?
How do you stop a man who has the power to turn a nation into a graveyard? They'll send someone.
That was the trailer for the game Far Cry 2. In Far Cry 2, you have to look for a man called the Jackal. He's the one killing all the citizens of Africa. I loved how, if say a bomb went off near you and your shoulder got dislocated, you can press a button and the character will pop it back in. I've never seen that before in a game. The problem with Far Cry 2 is that you spend most of the game in a vehicle of some type, and as you're driving from point A to point B, enemies will jump out at you and attack at around every 60 seconds, and this can get real old real fast. I love the watch though. You can set it to go off at midnight if you like, and you can silently go out to make that all-important silent kill, or make it go off in the morning just so you can drive out to see the sunrise. Far Cry 2 has real good fires in it. They seem so real. So I'm giving Far Cry 2 a good score of 8 out of 10. Now, if you want to watch the next part to this episode, it's called the Game Show Ep 10 Part 2, and we all know the review for that third and final review is on ArmA II, and then it will have the end revealing what's on next episode. So, watch it. It's called the Game Show Ep 10 Part 2. So, go watch it if you want to watch the rest of this big special of episode 10. So, yeah.